So today's video is all about teaching ESL in different countries, and I'm going to be sharing with you guys my teaching opportunities from 6 different countries. We are going to jump straight into things. The first country that I got an opportunity from is obviously China. So when I left China, guys, I still looked for teaching jobs in China because I believe that I'd still be able to use my documents because they're authenticated. So who else would take Chinese authenticated documents besides China? I didn't find the kind of jobs I was looking for. I came across a lot of kindergarten jobs, training center jobs, and I was just like, nah, I'm not going to be going down that route. One job I got in a city called, is it Tangshan or something like that? And I even went onto Google Maps, satellite, guys, and just to suss up the city, and I was like, there's just no way that I'm going to be staying in the city. I found this individual who was teaching there, and I asked him, look, what has it been like teaching there? And she was like, girl, I'm leaving, there's absolutely nothing here. And I was happy with that because I got it from somebody who was in there and I saw it for myself, guys. I am very picky when coming to spaces and cities. The next opportunity I got was from an international school in Weifang. Weifang is not too bad. I had a look at it as well, satellite. I looked at where the school was because I asked for the school name, and it looked like it was in an okay place, but there was something that I just didn't understand about this international school. The salary, guys. I mean, I was getting paid a pretty good salary with a private school, and if I'm not mistaken, an international school or one of those bilingual schools should at least more or less be on the same level as the private school. And you know what I discovered, guys? I discovered that the recruiter who was trying to get me to take this job was actually taking money from this contract, because I later saw the very job post on another recruiter's Moments, and guess what? The salary was way higher than the salary I was being offered. Then the last opportunity I got was with an international school in Beijing. I did an interview with HR, which was really great. HR then passed me on to the principal, and he was quite impressed with me. But the only problem about this job is that it was a job for August, as in like August next month. And I was just like, there is no way I'm going to be waiting 7 months in total. But I ended up declining this job because it was clashing with another job. So I was like, you know what, China, let me pack you away for now. Maybe we will visit you in the future. Then the next opportunity I got was in Hong Kong. Now, Hong Kong is my favorite place in the whole of Asia, guys. If you do not know this, now you know. I love Hong Kong. And I worked with a company called Eureka, and they recruit teachers on behalf of public schools. There's a Headstart as well if you'd like to check them out. But I worked with Eureka, and the application process is not easy. So firstly, you'll fill in an application form. They will then get back to you should they want to work with you based on the information you have filled in and the CV that you have provided. Then the second step of the process is that you do an interview like this. You know, I'm talking to the camera. So they ask you questions, you answer into the camera, but they give you 2 takes to do the answers. So you get 1 chance to practice, and you have to give in your answers within a minute. And the second time is the final round. So if you mess up round 2, you must know that that is what you're submitting. So after answering all of these questions from Eureka, they then obviously review your answers. And if they like your responses, they then invite you for an interview, which is the 3rd stage of the process. And that is the stage that I did. I did the interview, and they were like, you know what? We are happy with you and we would like to work with you. However, this job is for August. And I knew that the job was for August. Hence why I thought, you know what? I don't want to take the China job because I'd rather be in Hong Kong than being in mainland China. The document process for Hong Kong is super easy. It doesn't involve all of these DOCO things that we have to go through. Another way to get a teaching job in Hong Kong is through the Education Bureau. Guys, the NET scheme has got such great jobs. So what you do is you send an application. Guys, applications need to be sent in a year in advance. They need to be mailed to them or delivered by hand, but they put you in categories. Each category has got its own qualification and experience requirements, and they also tell you the salary that you'll get if you are in a specific category. This is one of the higher paying jobs you'll find in Hong Kong, guys. The benefits of working through the NET scheme are actually just amazing. So I would suggest that you put some time aside, research, and apply to the NET scheme, and contracts are 2 years at a time. The Chatteris program is amazing for people who would like to take a gap year and just get their foot into teaching English abroad. The website is filled with all sorts of necessary information, program benefits from your salary, paid school holidays, yay, support in finding accommodation, visa stuff, and everything else. So please check this website out. While I was waiting for February to come, I thought, you know what? I don't want to put all of my eggs in one basket. Because this job is starting in August, what am I going to be doing from March, April, May, June, July? Is there not a country that I can go to just for a short period? And guess what I came up with, guys? Japan. Japan was next on my list. I found this amazing company called Westgate Corporation, and what they do is they recruit teachers for secondary schools and universities. They also have short-term contracts and long-term contracts. And the short-term contract that I found, guys, fell exactly within the time period that I needed it to fall in order for me to finish just in time to move over to Hong Kong. So I did the application process. The first step is to fill in an application form with all of your information. Guys, if you don't like application forms, I can tell you now that you're going to be missing out on so many interesting jobs because a lot of these jobs require you to fill in application forms. Next part of the process was the questionnaire part. They ask you a series of questions, and these questions are not questions that you can just thumb suck or questions you can quickly Google on the internet. And if they like your responses, you move over to stage 3, which is the stage I got to, and that's where you send in all of your documents and you then do your interview. However, before I did my interview, I was like, actually, you know what? Hang on. I don't know if I'm ready to go to Japan now. Or do we rather maybe want to go to another place and come back and do Japan, not only for a short-term program, but for a long-term program, because I really loved the sound of teaching at universities and stuff. I mean, they also even sent you a dress code, guys, where you have to wear like suits, formal shoes and stuff. And I was like, hang on, this is a bit too serious for now. You know, I'm looking for a short-term contract, but I wanted to be something fun, something flexible, and something very chilled. So I told the recruiter that, listen, can I please revisit this application next year again around this time? And they were like, no problem. When you are ready next year, please contact us again. And I was like, okay, where do we move on to next? The next application I also did was with Interac. They recruit teachers for public schools. And then I was like, you know what? Let me just stop for now because I don't want to end up getting called. I don't want a long-term job in Japan right now. While we are on this, guys, please don't forget the largest recruiter of public school teachers in Japan, which is the JET program. While we're waiting for February to come, for the Hong Kong document process to come, I was like, no ways. I need to try out another country, Taiwan, which I refer to as Little China. And you can work in language schools in Taiwan, guys, if you don't have a teacher's license. After sending my introduction video and CV to my recruiter, 2 days later, I got a contract from the school called Shane English School. Now, they are a big franchise and they have presence in different Asian countries. You can look through their website. And I was like, hang on, a contract? Am I not supposed to do the interview? And the recruiter was like, listen, they saw your introduction video and they liked you and they said, there is no need to interview you. They want you to work for them. I went through the contract and guess what? They were actually giving me a contract with 0 vacation days. And I was like, hang on, there are no vacation days on this contract. And the recruiter said, oh no, there are paid national holidays. And I said, no. Those are not vacation days. I'm talking about proper leave days outside of national paid holidays. And they said they don't have. And so I was like, you know what? Never mind. Taiwan, we're going to have to put you to the left. And then I thought, let's go to the other country that starts with the T, that's also in Southeast Asia. And this country is Thailand. I was like, I've been to Bangkok, but you know what? I was not there long enough to say I know what Bangkok is like. So maybe we can do a short little stint in Bangkok. I found a recruiter, and within a week of chatting to them, they were able to give me a job to look into, and this was a public school job. And I was like, no freaking way. If they are offering me a public school job, I know that this is long term. I honestly don't want to go into a long-term contract because I know that in the next 5-6 months, I have to quit because I am going to Hong Kong in August. This website is one of the best websites that you can use to find teaching jobs in Thailand. Guys, please do not sleep on Crew Teacher. So then I was like, okay, Thailand is my very first option, okay? Second option, we don't have anything right now because we have literally just put Japan on the side. And I thought, let me look into Hong Kong once again. Let me weigh my options and see if I should rather go to Thailand now and leave Hong Kong in August. And when I went back to Eureka, guys, and I found somebody who worked at public schools in Hong Kong, I discovered that accommodation is not paid for by the school. So you have to pay your own accommodation. And Hong Kong, guys, is known to be the most expensive place for expats to live in. So imagine having to pay your own accommodation on the salary that is being provided. Mind you, Eureka, the agency, actually takes money as well from the schools before they pay it over to you because you pay them a fee every single month for as long as you are on that contract. The other thing about Eureka as well, guys, is that if you decide that the following year you want to now look for your own job, you cannot approach the schools that Eureka works with. So you have to look for new schools. The last thing that kind of put me off was the vacation days. So they have got the most amazing vacation days. They've got Easter vacation, they have the long winter vacation, the long summer vacation, Christmas, New Year vacation. Sounds so amazing, but guess what? All of these are unpaid. Unpaid vacation. And I was like, you know what? I don't think this makes sense at all. Not with Hong Kong being this expensive. I would be working towards just spending the money in Hong Kong, and that's just about it. So maybe we'll revisit this next year. So I went back to Eureka and I said to them, listen, can I please come back to revisit my application at this stage that we are in? Because I have found another opportunity to work elsewhere for a year. And they were like, perfect with us. Come back when you are ready. Mind you guys, I was just like, where's this other contract that I got? Because I don't have a contract. I'm left with Thailand, but I'm still undecided about Thailand. I don't know if I want to work in Thailand and stuff. And then I was like, maybe let me explore one more country. And if this country lets me down, I'm definitely going to Thailand. I will tell you at the end of this video which country I decided to settle in. This next information I'm about to dish out is information for people who don't have degrees. If you have a diploma, an advanced diploma, these are the countries that you can work in. You obviously have to go onto Google and type in teaching jobs in put in the country, and a lot of websites will come up. Unfortunately, I did not do thorough research to find agencies that do have jobs in these countries, but I just want to tell the people who don't have degrees and stuff, it is not the end of the world. You can teach in other countries as well. And finally, we now address my PGCE and B.Ed darlings. Some of you guys have been sleeping on yourselves. And I say this respectfully. Guys, you've got so much potential. When you did those qualifications of yours, what did you do them for? Did you do them so you can settle into the ESL industry? And I don't mean to disrespect the ESL industry in any shape or form, but guys, there is so much more that you can do with your qualifications other than just settling for some of these ESL jobs where you teach games every day. I found so many websites where you guys can apply to, and all of these websites are very different. There are some of these websites that require you to pay a membership fee, but guys, it is nothing compared to the amount of opportunities on those websites. Believe you me, it is honestly worth it to pay to be on some of these sites, because this is how some people grab those opportunities and land those teaching jobs. If you are specializing in math, in science, in biology, in technology, guys, I can tell you right now that the world is waiting for you. This pie is big enough. but I feel like we sometimes keep looking at the same countries over and over again. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna throw you guys in the deep end and I'm gonna give you sites so you guys can move around, man, and find opportunities in different countries. You really don't have to settle to just being in Asia. That's also another thing. You can find teaching jobs all over the world and they are just waiting for you. The information to all of these websites will be in my description box. I have left links of the websites. I have also left recruiters as well that I've used and other websites where you can find jobs. Another place that people sleep on quite a lot, guys, is Dave's ESL Cafe. That website is just gold, man. You find a lot of recruiters there. That's how I find the recruiters to China. The other website that I loved, Dave, is Teachaway. So that website has got teaching jobs to so many different countries. Guys, do not sleep on these websites. I'm telling you now that people out there are getting these jobs because they live on the net. And listen to me very carefully. Nothing worth having comes easy. So it's all up to you. Do you want to go through the application process, pay for the membership of the site that has all the amazing jobs, do the introduction videos? Do you want to do the demo videos? The choice at the end of the day is always yours. What kind of opportunities do you think you deserve? Take the opportunities, take the risks, explore, go on adventures, because you never know what opportunities are out there waiting for you. Okay, so I have one final announcement to make. Can we please get a drum roll for this one? The Queen of South Korea is back! If you are trying to warm up the throne, I am back in the Republic of Korea. South Korea has changed, guys. Like, girl has evolved, hey? And she has come back with so much drama. There's a lot that's been happening ever since I've been back in Korea, but I'm gonna be letting you in on every single thing that has gone down ever since I landed here on the 15th of April. Yes, I have been in Korea for over 3 months now, and I obviously couldn't tell you guys because I had videos I still needed to take out. But besides that, I was still trying to settle in and to see if we're actually going to stay, because y'all know me, right? This was the 6th country I got an opportunity from. I was actually going to apply with Epic until this job came out, and I was like, you know what, let me actually try my luck elsewhere and see if I will get in before just going back to Epic. And what do you know, guys? I work for a private company that is affiliated with the government, and they are running an English program on behalf of the Office of Education in my city. So far, so good, but guys, drama in Gaga. There's so much drama. I work with 10 other foreign teachers, so of course there has to be drama. I'm going to be taking you to work with me. I haven't done this in a very long time, so you are going to see my co-workers at work. I'm going to take you out with me on weekends. I'm going to take you out with me on a field trip. So there's quite a lot of interesting things that are coming this time around in my Korean series. Even though it still took me 2 months to get my ARC, we still have a bit of those frustrations. I've already been lost on the bus. I live in the 3rd biggest city in Korea. I'm so excited to see what Korea has in store for me, and I am going to be taking you with me every step of the way. Guys, I've been giving you tips that I'm back in Korea because I've been doing saranya for the longest time. Please tell me that you knew all of this. Thank you so much to everybody who's been telling me to come back to Korea because I'm such a Korean queen. Yes, you guys are right. Until the next time, saranye.